There is a power greater than any force of the world, a stillness that holds the key to all creation. It requires no words, no actions, and no outward signs. This power lies in silence, a silence so profound it shapes the very fabric of reality. When you desire something, your first instinct may be to speak, to act, or to seek. But the greatest secret is this: speak not of your desire. Instead, enter the sanctuary of your mind and imagine it already fulfilled. The world is but a mirror, reflecting your inner state. What you whisper in the quiet chambers of your being is heard and answered by the infinite. In silence, your imagination awakens. See yourself as the person you wish to be. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, and the certainty as though it were already yours. This is not idle fantasy, it is the blueprint of creation. The external world bends to the power of an inner conviction held in the stillness of your soul. Why silence? Because in silence there is no contradiction. In the noise of the world, doubts creep in. You question, you fear, you analyze. But in the quiet, where no voice opposes, your wish takes root and grows. Silence is the fertile ground where belief flourishes. Be deliberate in your imaginings. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and rest in the knowing that it is done. Do not let the outside world sway you, for it is merely a reflection of your past imaginings. Hold fast to the vision in your silence and watch as reality reshapes itself to your desire. Faith is not shouting your dreams into the void. Faith is walking through the world as though they are already yours, detached from the need to explain or justify. Let your silence speak. It is in this state of quiet confidence that anything you wish will happen. Persist in your silence. Persist in your vision. The world may try to pull you back into its noise, but remember, the secret of creation lies within you, in the quiet where imagination becomes reality. Be still and know that your desires are already yours. The power of silence is one of the most profound tools in the process of manifestation. When we speak of silence, it is not merely the absence of sound, but a deep, intentional stillness that allows the creative forces within to operate without interruption. This silence is the space where ideas are conceived, shaped, and brought into reality. In silence, we discover the true power of the mind, a power that does not require the noise of words or the clamor of actions to express itself. In the world of creation, silence acts as the womb where desires are nurtured. To manifest anything, it is essential to retreat into this quiet space, shutting out the distractions of the external world. It is here, in this inward focus, that you connect with the source of all creation. The external world is but a reflection of the internal state, and silence is the bridge that allows you to travel inward and bring forth what you desire. When you are silent, you are free from the doubts and fears that often accompany spoken words. Words, while powerful, can sometimes carry unintended consequences. They may invite skepticism, judgment, or even self-doubt when shared prematurely. Silence, however, protects the purity of your desires. It creates a shield around your vision, allowing it to grow undisturbed by external influences. In silence, you engage directly with the imagination. The imagination is the workshop of the mind, and it requires focus and clarity to operate effectively. When you visualize your desire in silence, you eliminate distractions and create a vivid, undistorted picture of your goal. You see yourself as the person you wish to be, living the life you wish to live, with every detail as real as the present moment. This clarity of vision is essential for manifestation, as it sets the blueprint for reality to follow. Silence also allows you to cultivate the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Feeling is the essence of manifestation. It is the language that the creative force within you understands. In silence, you can immerse yourself in the emotions associated with your desire. You can feel the joy, the satisfaction, and the gratitude as though your wish has already come true. This emotional state is a powerful signal to the unseen forces of the universe, a declaration that your desire is already a reality. Moreover, silence enhances your ability to trust in the process. When you are silent, You learn to rely on your inner faith rather than seeking validation or reassurance from the outside world. You do not need to explain your desires or defend them to others. You do not need to argue or convince. Instead, you simply know with quiet certainty that your desire is on its way. This inner faith is unshakable because it is rooted in the understanding that the power to create lies within you, not outside of you. In the practice of silence, there is also a natural detachment that arises. Detachment does not mean you stop caring about your desire. Rather, it means you release the need to control the how and when of its fulfillment. You focus solely on the end result, trusting that the details will be taken care of. Silence supports this detachment by keeping your attention on the inner world of imagination and feeling rather than the outer world of circumstances and appearances. The world we live in often encourages noise, constant talking, planning, and reacting. Yet it is in silence that the most significant transformations occur. History is filled with examples of individuals who retreated into silence to discover their greatest insights and achieve their most extraordinary creations. In silence, you tap into a source of wisdom and power that transcends the limitations of the conscious mind. To harness the power of silence, practice regularly withdrawing from the noise of the world. Find a quiet space where you can focus inward without interruption. Close your eyes and imagine your desire as though it were already real. Engage all your senses in this mental exercise, feeling the reality of your wish as vividly as possible. Let the emotions of joy and gratitude flood your being. In this state of silent creation, you are planting the seeds of your future. Be mindful of your inner dialogue during these moments of silence. Pay attention to the thoughts and feelings that arise and gently redirect them toward your vision if they stray. The mind may wander, but with practice you will learn to maintain focus and clarity. This discipline is not about suppressing thoughts, but about choosing where to place your attention. As you continue to practice the art of silence, you will notice subtle but profound changes in your life. You will become more attuned to the whispers of intuition and the signs that guide you toward your desires. You will find yourself acting in ways that align with your vision, often without conscious effort. This is the natural result of the creative process set in motion by silence. The power of silence is available to everyone, yet few truly understand its potential. It is not a passive state, but an active engagement with the inner world. It is a deliberate choice to turn inward, to imagine, to feel, and to trust. In this silence, you are not waiting for your desires to happen, you are actively creating them. You are becoming the person you wish to be, and in doing so, you are reshaping your reality. Let silence be your ally in the journey of creation. Embrace it as a sacred space where all things are possible. Trust in its power, and you will see that anything you wish can and will happen. The inner voice is the architect of your reality, a constant companion that shapes your experience of the world. It is through this inner dialogue that you create the life you live, whether consciously or unconsciously. The power of this voice lies not in its volume, but in its intent and persistence. It is your constant self-talk, the silent conversation you hold with yourself day and night, that determines what you experience. Understanding this truth is the foundation of deliberate creation. Every word spoken internally carries creative power. Your inner voice acts as a directive force, issuing commands to the unseen reality around you. When you tell yourself, I am successful, I am healthy, or I am loved, you are laying the groundwork for these states to manifest in your life. On the other hand, when your inner voice is filled with doubt, fear, or negativity, you unknowingly build barriers to the very things you desire. The key, therefore, is to master your inner dialogue and align it with the outcomes you seek. The inner voice operates with a profound and unwavering influence because it is closely tied to your beliefs. What you repeatedly affirm to yourself becomes the foundation of your belief system, and it is through these beliefs that reality takes shape. If you affirm abundance and prosperity, you cultivate a mindset that perceives and attracts opportunities for growth. If you affirm lack and limitation, your mind filters reality through that lens, reinforcing scarcity. The inner voice is the programmer of your mental and emotional state, and by extension, the creator of your external experiences. When you understand the role of your inner voice as the architect, you realize the importance of consciously directing it. This does not mean forcing yourself into hollow affirmations or denying how you feel. Instead, it involves a deliberate shift toward nurturing thoughts that reflect the reality you wish to experience. This requires mindfulness and awareness of the habitual patterns of thought that run in the background of your mind. Pay attention to these patterns, for they are the blueprint of your current circumstances. The inner voice is most effective when it speaks from a place of conviction. There is a significant difference between saying, "I want to be successful and I am successful." The former implies lack, a desire for something not yet attained, while the latter affirms the state as already achieved. When your inner voice assumes the feeling of the wish fulfilled, it sets into motion the forces necessary to bring that reality into being. It is not enough to think positively, you must think from the end, as though your desire has already been realized. This requires imagination, the faculty through which the inner voice brings its creations to life. The imagination is the canvas, and your inner dialogue is the brush. When you vividly imagine the outcome you desire and accompany it with affirming inner speech, you give life to your vision. Imagine yourself living in the state you wish to achieve. Hear your inner voice expressing gratitude and joy for the reality you have created. These imaginings are not idle fantasies, they are the seeds planted in the fertile ground of your subconscious mind, ready to grow into tangible experiences. The subconscious mind does not discern between what is real and what is vividly imagined. It accepts as true whatever is impressed upon it with feeling and repetition. Your inner voice is the primary tool for this impression. When you persistently affirm a state of being, your subconscious mind accepts it as fact and works to align your external reality accordingly. This alignment is not always immediate, but it is inevitable if you remain steadfast in your inner dialogue. The importance of persistence cannot be overstated. Your inner voice may initially resist change, especially if it has been conditioned by years of negative or limiting beliefs. This resistance is natural, but it is not insurmountable. With patience and determination, you can reprogram your inner dialogue to reflect the life you wish to create. Every time you catch yourself thinking in a way that contradicts your desire, gently redirect your inner voice toward the positive affirmation of your goal. This practice is not about suppressing negative thoughts, but about replacing them with thoughts that serve your highest good. The inner voice is also a tool for maintaining focus and clarity. In a world filled with distractions, it is easy to lose sight of your goals and become entangled in the noise of daily life. Your inner dialogue serves as an anchor, reminding you of your intentions and keeping you aligned with your vision. When doubts or fears arise, your inner voice has the power to reassure you and reaffirm your faith in the process of creation. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend, with kindness, encouragement, and unwavering belief in your potential. One of the most empowering aspects of the inner voice is its accessibility. It requires no special tools, no external validation, and no approval from others. It is entirely within your control, available to you at every moment. This autonomy makes the inner voice one of the most effective and reliable instruments for transformation. You do not need to rely on circumstances or other people to change your life. You only need to change the way you speak to yourself internally. Mastering the inner voice is a journey, one that requires practice, patience, and a commitment to self-awareness. As you cultivate a positive and affirming inner dialogue, you will notice subtle shifts in your perception and experiences. Opportunities that once seemed distant will appear within reach. Relationships, health, and financial well-being will begin to reflect the changes you have made within. The outer world will echo the new story your inner voice is telling. The inner voice is not merely a passive observer of your life, it is an active participant and creator. When directed with intention, It becomes a powerful force for transformation. Through deliberate and consistent practice, you can harness the creative power of your inner dialogue and shape the reality you desire. Clarity of purpose is one of the most important elements in the process of creation, and it is through stillness that this clarity emerges. In the noise of everyday life, it is easy to become distracted, pulled in multiple directions, and overwhelmed by conflicting desires. However, when you enter a state of stillness, you create a space for focus, intention, and understanding to rise to the surface. This stillness is not passive or empty, it is a deliberate pause, a moment of alignment where the power of purpose becomes undeniable. When you quiet the mind, the true essence of your desires can be discerned. Too often, individuals attempt to manifest their wishes without fully understanding what they truly want. They are influenced by external expectations, fleeting emotions, or societal pressures, leading to scattered intentions and diluted efforts. Stillness allows you to strip away these distractions and connect with your deepest and most authentic desires. It is in this quiet space that you can ask yourself, what do I really want? What is the feeling I seek? The answers that emerge from stillness are untainted by fear or doubt, carrying a purity that aligns with the creative force within. This clarity of purpose serves as the foundation upon which manifestation is built. Without it, the mind becomes fragmented, unable to focus its energy effectively. Imagine a beam of light scattered across many directions. It is dim and weak. But when that light is concentrated into a single point, it becomes powerful enough to cut through steel. So it is with the mind. When you are clear about your purpose, every thought, every feeling, and every action aligns with that purpose, creating a powerful and unwavering force that brings your desires into reality. Stillness also enables you to tune into the subtle yet profound guidance of intuition. In the quiet moments of stillness, your inner being speaks to you, offering insights and solutions that might otherwise go unnoticed. These whispers of intuition often point the way toward your goal, illuminating paths that are both effortless and aligned. The rational mind, while valuable, is limited in scope, often constrained by logic and past experiences. Stillness allows you to transcend these limitations and access a deeper wisdom that sees beyond the present circumstances. Another significant benefit of stillness is its ability to dissolve resistance. Resistance is the internal tension that arises when your desires conflict with your beliefs or when fear and doubt cloud your mind. This resistance can block the flow of creative energy, preventing your desires from manifesting. In stillness, you create a space where resistance naturally dissipates. As you quiet the mind and let go of the need to control, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities of creation. It is not through force or struggle that manifestations occur, but through ease and alignment, which stillness fosters. Through stillness, you also develop a heightened sense of awareness, an ability to observe your thoughts and feelings without becoming entangled in them. This awareness is crucial because it allows you to identify any patterns or beliefs that may be hindering your progress. When you notice a thought that contradicts your purpose, stillness gives you the space to gently redirect it toward a more empowering perspective. This practice of observation and redirection ensures that your mind remains focused on your goal, free from distractions and negativity. Clarity of purpose does not require constant effort or struggle. It requires consistency and alignment. Stillness is the means by which you return to alignment whenever you feel disconnected or uncertain. By creating moments of stillness in your daily life, you cultivate a habit of intentionality, a practice of pausing to reconnect with your vision. These moments do not need to be long or elaborate. Even a few minutes of quiet reflection can have a profound impact, allowing you to realign with your purpose and renew your focus. Stillness also reveals the importance of simplicity in the process of manifestation. Clarity of purpose often means letting go of the unnecessary and the extraneous. It means focusing on one desire at a time, giving it your full attention and energy until it becomes reality. Trying to achieve too many things at once scatters your energy, diluting the creative power of your mind. Stillness helps you identify the single most important goal and commit to it fully, trusting that everything else will fall into place. The relationship between stillness and clarity of purpose extends beyond the mind and into the emotional realm. When you are still, you become more attuned to the feelings associated with your desires. You can fully embody the emotions of joy, gratitude, and fulfillment that come with the realization of your goal. These feelings are the language of the creative force within, a signal that you are in alignment with your purpose. Stillness amplifies these feelings, allowing them to permeate your being and resonate with the reality you wish to create. Stillness is not a state of inactivity, but a dynamic process of creation. It is in this state that you set your intentions with precision and allow them to take root in the fertile ground of your subconscious mind. Just as a sculptor begins with a clear vision of the form they wish to create, so too must you approach manifestation with a clear and focused purpose. The sculptor does not rush or force the process, but works patiently and deliberately, allowing the vision to emerge with each movement. Stillness provides the same opportunity for your desires to unfold naturally and harmoniously. Through stillness, you become a deliberate creator, one who moves with purpose and intention. You no longer rely on chance or external circumstances to shape your reality. Instead, you take full responsibility for your creations, knowing that clarity of purpose nurtured in stillness is the key to bringing your desires into being. This process is not a mystery but a natural law, one that operates with unwavering precision when you align your mind, emotions, and actions with your goal. Imagination is the creative force that shapes the reality we experience. It is through imagination that we give form and substance to our desires, transforming them from mere thoughts into tangible realities. Every aspect of the world around us, from the grandest achievements to the simplest comforts, began as an idea in someone's mind. Imagination is not a passive faculty, it is the active process of envisioning, feeling, and assuming the reality of what we desire to experience. This creative force, when harnessed deliberately, has the power to transform every area of life. To understand the role of imagination in creation, it is essential to recognize that everything in life follows an internal blueprint. This blueprint is formed in the mind, shaped by the images and ideas we hold. The subconscious mind, which is the seat of creation, does not question the reality of what it is shown. It accepts whatever is vividly imagined and felt as true, and it works tirelessly to bring this imagined reality into being. The key, therefore, is to feed the mind with images that reflect the life we wish to live, allowing imagination to act as the architect of our future. When we use imagination, we are not merely daydreaming or indulging in fantasy. We are engaging in a process of intentional creation. This requires clarity and focus. It is not enough to vaguely wish for something, we must see it in our mind's eye with vivid detail and emotional intensity. The more specific and real the image feels, the more powerful its impact on the subconscious mind. For example, if one desires a new home, it is not enough to think of a generic house. One must imagine the specific details, the colors of the walls, the view from the windows, the feeling of walking through each room. This vividness gives the subconscious mind a clear directive to follow. The true power of imagination lies in its ability to evoke emotion. Emotion is the language of the subconscious mind, the energy that brings imagined realities to life. When we imagine something with feeling, we create a vibrational alignment with the state we desire. This emotional resonance is what draws the imagined reality into our experience. It is not simply about visualizing, it is about living in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The more we can immerse ourselves in this feeling, the more effectively we harness the creative force of imagination. Imagination also allows us to transcend the limitations of the present moment. It frees us from the constraints of the physical world, enabling us to experience a reality that has not yet materialized. This is a crucial aspect of creation because it shifts our focus from what is to what can be. By consistently imagining a desired outcome, we train our mind to expect and accept it as real. This expectation becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, as the subconscious mind works to align external circumstances with the internal vision. One of the most profound aspects of imagination is its ability to rewrite the past. While we cannot change the events that have occurred, we can change our perception and interpretation of them through imagination. By reimagining past experiences in a way that empowers us, we release the emotional burdens they may carry and create a new narrative that aligns with our desired state of being. This process not only heals but also liberates us to create a future unburdened by the limitations of the past. Imagination requires discipline and practice. In a world filled with distractions and external influences, it is easy for the mind to drift into reactive thinking. Deliberate use of imagination involves consciously choosing the images and feelings we entertain. This practice is like tending a garden. We must carefully plant the seeds of our desires, nurture them with attention and emotion, and remove any weeds of doubt or negativity that threaten to choke their growth. With consistent effort, imagination becomes a powerful and reliable tool for creation. Imagination is also a source of inspiration and guidance. When we imagine a desired outcome, we often receive intuitive insights and ideas about how to bring it into reality. These flashes of inspiration are the subconscious mind's way of guiding us toward the fulfillment of our desires. It is important to act on these insights with confidence and trust, knowing that they are aligned with the vision we have created in our imagination. Furthermore, imagination influences not only our internal state but also our interactions with the world around us. When we consistently imagine and feel ourselves as confident, successful, or loving, we project this energy outward, attracting people and circumstances that reflect it. The external world is a mirror of our inner state, and imagination is the tool through which we shape that state. By mastering our imagination, we become deliberate creators of both our inner experience and our outer reality. Imagination is not limited by time or space. It allows us to explore possibilities, experiment with ideas, and create new realities in the realm of the mind. This freedom is what makes imagination such a powerful force. When we embrace it fully, we realize that there are no limits to what we can create. The only constraints are those we impose upon ourselves through doubt, fear, or a lack of belief in our creative power. The process of creation through imagination is both simple and profound. It begins with a clear vision, fueled by intense emotion and sustained through consistent focus. As we engage in this process, we begin to see evidence of our imaginings taking shape in the world around us. These manifestations are not coincidences, but the natural result of the laws of creation at work. Imagination, when used with intention and faith, is the key to unlocking the infinite potential within us. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the cornerstone of creation, the bridge that connects your inner vision with its manifestation in the external world. It is not enough to merely think about or desire something. You must embody the emotional and mental state that would accompany its realization. This principle is both simple and profound, as it shifts the focus from wanting a thing to experiencing it as already accomplished. It is this shift that activates the creative process and aligns your reality with your desires. To understand the power of feeling, it is essential to recognize that every emotion carries a vibrational frequency. This frequency acts as a signal, communicating your state of being to the subconscious mind and the broader field of reality. When you feel as though your desire is already fulfilled, you emit a frequency that matches the state of having. This alignment is the catalyst for change, drawing circumstances, opportunities, and events that resonate with your emotional state into your experience. The challenge lies in maintaining this feeling, particularly when external circumstances appear to contradict your desire. It is natural to observe the current reality and react to it emotionally. However, this reactive state often perpetuates the very conditions you wish to change. The feeling of the wish fulfilled requires a deliberate shift from reacting to circumstances to creating them. It is a practice of turning inward, of finding within yourself the emotional fulfillment you seek in the outer world. This practice begins with imagination. Close your eyes and picture a scene that implies your desire has already been realized. Make this scene as vivid and detailed as possible, engaging all your senses. See yourself in the situation you long for, hear the sounds, feel the textures, and most importantly, experience the emotions that arise from the fulfillment of your desire. Are you joyful, grateful, at peace? These feelings are the key, as they are the energy that brings your imagined scene to life. Once you have imagined the scene, dwell in the feeling it evokes. Let it saturate your being, as though it is the most natural state in the world. This is not a fleeting or superficial exercise, it is a deep and intentional immersion in the state of fulfillment. The more real it feels to you, the more effectively it impresses upon your subconscious mind. And the subconscious, once impressed, works tirelessly to align your external reality with this internal state. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is not a passive experience. It requires consistency and persistence, especially in the face of doubt or resistance. Doubts often arise because the current reality does not immediately reflect your desired state. However, the delay is not an indication of failure, it is a natural part of the process. Creation unfolds in its own time, and your role is to maintain the feeling of fulfillment until the external reality catches up. To maintain this feeling, it is helpful to develop habits of gratitude and mindfulness. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, reinforcing the emotional state of having rather than wanting. Each day, take a moment to appreciate the things in your life that align with your desires, no matter how small they may seem. This practice not only strengthens the feeling of fulfillment, but also opens your eyes to the ways in which your desire is already present in some form. Mindfulness, on the other hand, keeps you anchored in the present moment, preventing your mind from wandering into worry or doubt. When you find yourself slipping into thoughts of lack or fear, gently bring your attention back to the feeling of fulfillment. Remind yourself that the external world is a reflection of your inner state, and that by sustaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are actively shaping your reality. It is also important to act as though your desire is already realized. This does not mean pretending or forcing yourself into inauthentic behaviors. Rather, it means aligning your actions and decisions with the state of having. For example, if you desire success in your career, begin to carry yourself with the confidence and professionalism that success entails. If you desire a loving relationship, treat yourself and others with the kindness and respect you would expect in such a partnership. These actions reinforce the feeling of fulfillment and create a coherent energy that supports your manifestation. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is powerful because it bypasses the barriers of logic and reason. It does not require you to know how your desire will come to pass, only that it already has. This sense of certainty and trust is what allows the creative process to unfold without interference. When you dwell in the feeling of fulfillment, you release the need to control or force outcomes, allowing the natural flow of creation to work on your behalf. Another aspect of this principle is the understanding that you are not creating something new, but revealing what already exists in potential. The state you desire is not separate from you, it is a reality waiting to be claimed. By feeling it as already true, you bring it from possibility into actuality. This realization is liberating, as it shifts your role from that of a seeker to a creator, someone who shapes their reality through intentional feeling. Ultimately, the feeling of the wish fulfilled is a practice of living from the end. It is a way of being that transcends circumstances and aligns you with the reality you desire. By consistently embodying this feeling, you transform your inner world, and as a result, your outer world begins to reflect the changes you have made within. The process is subtle yet profound, a reminder that the power to create lies not in force or effort, but in the quiet certainty of feeling. The subconscious mind is the silent yet powerful partner in the process of creation. It is the fertile ground where seeds of thought and imagination take root, growing into the realities we experience. Unlike the conscious mind, which is analytical and deliberate, the subconscious operates beneath the surface, shaping our lives through patterns, habits, and beliefs that are deeply ingrained. Its power lies in its ability to take whatever is impressed upon it and bring it to fruition without question or hesitation. The subconscious mind does not discern between what is real and what is imagined. It simply accepts what it is fed as true. This is why the images, emotions, and ideas we hold consistently in our minds are so critical. They act as instructions to the subconscious, guiding it to create experiences that align with those inputs. This process happens automatically, but it can also be directed intentionally, allowing you to shape your reality in alignment with your desires. The key to engaging the subconscious mind is repetition combined with emotional intensity. Thoughts and feelings that are repeated often and with conviction become deeply imprinted on the subconscious. These impressions form the foundation of beliefs, which in turn influence every aspect of your life, from the decisions you make to the outcomes you experience. This is why it is vital to consciously choose the thoughts and feelings you entertain, ensuring they reflect the reality you wish to create. One of the most effective ways to communicate with the subconscious mind is through visualization. When you vividly imagine a desired outcome, complete with sensory details and emotional resonance, you create a blueprint for the subconscious to follow. For example, if you wish to experience abundance, you might close your eyes and picture yourself living in a state of financial freedom. Imagine the feeling of security, the joy of sharing your wealth, and the gratitude for the opportunities it brings. By repeating this visualization consistently, you impress the idea of abundance upon your subconscious, which then works to align your outer circumstances with this internal image. The subconscious is particularly receptive during moments of stillness and relaxation. States such as those experienced just before falling asleep or upon waking are ideal for impressing the subconscious mind. During these times, the conscious mind is less active, allowing direct access to the deeper layers of the mind. In these moments, affirmations, visualizations, or imagined scenes can be most effective, as they bypass the critical filters of the conscious mind and go straight to the subconscious. Another powerful tool for influencing the subconscious is affirmations. These are positive statements that reflect the reality you wish to create, spoken as though they are already true. For instance, instead of saying, "I want to be successful," you might affirm, "I am successful and thriving." The subconscious mind responds to the present tense language, interpreting it as an existing reality and working to make it so. To maximize the impact of affirmations, they should be repeated often and paired with the emotions that correspond to their meaning. Feeling the truth of the statement as you say it enhances its effectiveness, creating a stronger impression on the subconscious. The subconscious mind is also deeply influenced by habits and routines. Every action you take reinforces a corresponding belief or pattern within the subconscious. For example, if you consistently act with confidence, even in situations where you initially feel uncertain, your subconscious begins to accept confidence as your natural state. Over time, this becomes an ingrained belief, shaping how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you. By deliberately choosing actions that reflect your desired reality, you can reprogram the subconscious to support and sustain that reality. It is important to be mindful of the messages you send to your subconscious, whether through words, thoughts, or actions. Negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, and fears can all leave impressions on the subconscious that hinder your ability to create the life you desire. For instance, repeatedly telling yourself, "I am not good enough," reinforces a belief in inadequacy that the subconscious takes as fact. This belief then manifests in experiences that confirm it, creating a cycle that can be difficult to break. The way to interrupt this cycle is to consciously replace negative messages with positive, empowering ones that align with your goals. The subconscious mind is also highly responsive to emotions. Feelings such as joy, gratitude, and love carry a high vibrational frequency, creating positive and expansive impressions on the subconscious. Conversely, emotions such as fear, anger, and doubt carry lower frequencies that can block or distort the creative process. By cultivating positive emotions and focusing on the feelings associated with your desired outcomes, you create a harmonious environment for the subconscious to work its magic. Trust is another essential element in working with the subconscious mind. Once you have impressed an idea or desire upon the subconscious, it is crucial to trust that the process is underway. Doubt and impatience can interfere with the natural unfolding of creation, introducing conflicting signals that confuse the subconscious. Instead, maintain a sense of confidence and expectancy, knowing that the subconscious is always at work, even if the results are not immediately visible. The subconscious mind also has an extraordinary ability to solve problems and generate creative solutions. When faced with a challenge, rather than focusing on the problem itself, present the desired solution to your subconscious. For instance, instead of dwelling on a financial difficulty, imagine the problem resolved and feel the relief and gratitude that comes with it. The subconscious will begin to work behind the scenes, orchestrating circumstances and ideas that lead to the resolution you seek. In essence, the subconscious mind is a faithful servant, one that tirelessly carries out the commands it receives. The responsibility lies with you to ensure that these commands are intentional, positive, and aligned with your desires. By understanding the workings of the subconscious and cultivating a deliberate relationship with it, you unlock the power to transform your life. This is not a matter of chance or luck, but a natural and accessible process governed by principles that anyone can apply. Through conscious awareness and consistent practice, the creative power of the subconscious becomes a tool for growth, fulfillment, and the realization of your highest potential. Faith is the foundation of creation, the key that unlocks the potential within us to bring our desires into reality. It is through faith that we trust in the unseen, in the power of our inner world to shape our outer experience. Faith is not a passive belief, nor is it something that is reserved for religious or spiritual contexts. It is a dynamic force, a state of mind that aligns us with our desired outcomes and prepares the subconscious mind to act on those desires. To understand the role of faith in creation, we must first acknowledge that all creation begins with thought. Every idea, no matter how small, is a seed planted in the fertile soil of the subconscious mind. The strength of that seed depends on the belief we hold in its potential to grow and manifest. Faith is the energy that nourishes this seed, allowing it to flourish and bring forth its fruit. Without faith, the seed remains dormant, its potential unrealized. With faith, however, the seed grows, and the process of creation is set in motion. Faith operates on the principle of assumption, the idea that if we assume something to be true, our subconscious mind will align with that assumption and work to bring it into being. When we have faith in a desired outcome, we live as though it is already a reality, feeling the emotions associated with its fulfillment. This assumption is not a passive wish, it is an active, living belief that permeates our thoughts, actions, and emotions. It is through this assumption that we begin to see the outward manifestation of our inner desires. The power of faith lies in its ability to overcome doubt and uncertainty. Doubt is the natural enemy of faith, as it creates a contradictory force that weakens the strength of our assumptions. When we doubt, we send conflicting signals to the subconscious mind, undermining the very belief we are trying to cultivate. Faith, on the other hand, is a strong, unwavering force that persists even in the face of evidence to the contrary. It is the willingness to trust in the unseen, to believe in the possibility of the desired outcome, even when current circumstances may suggest otherwise. One of the most important aspects of faith is its ability to transcend the limitations of the present moment. Faith is not about seeing the evidence of the desired outcome, before it happens, it is about believing in it before it materializes. This is where many people struggle. They look to their external circumstances to confirm the validity of their desires. However, the true power of faith is in believing first, and then seeing the evidence follow. Faith requires a shift in perception, a willingness to see beyond the present and trust in the unseen forces that are at work in the creation process. Faith also requires patience. The process of creation is not always immediate. It takes time for the seeds we plant in our minds to germinate and grow. This is where many people falter. They lose faith when results do not appear instantly. Yet the law of creation operates in its own timing. And while we may not see immediate results, the work is being done in the unseen realms. Faith requires us to trust in the process, to know that our desires are already on their way, even when we cannot yet see them. When we trust in the process of creation, we shift our focus from lack to abundance, from the absence of what we desire to the presence of it. This shift is crucial because it aligns us with the vibration of our desired outcome. Faith is the key to maintaining this alignment, as it allows us to focus on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, rather than on the current reality, which may appear to contradict it. When we maintain this focus, we send a clear signal to the subconscious mind, and it responds by orchestrating circumstances that reflect our inner state. Faith also has a profound effect on our actions. When we have faith in our ability to create our desired reality, we act with confidence and purpose. We make decisions based on the assumption that our desires are already ours, and this assumption guides our actions, making them more purposeful and aligned with our goals. Faith empowers us to take bold steps, even when the path is unclear, knowing that each step is part of the unfolding process. This confidence and certainty are contagious, inspiring those around us and attracting the circumstances and opportunities that support our goals. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen faith is through repetition. Repeating affirmations, visualizations, and feelings of the wish fulfilled creates a cycle of reinforcement that strengthens our belief in the desired outcome. Each repetition of faith deepens the impression in the subconscious mind, making it more likely that the desire will manifest. This practice is not about forcing belief, but about nurturing it, allowing the seed of faith to grow stronger with each passing day. Another important aspect of faith is the idea of trust. Trust is the belief that the universe, or the creative force, will bring our desires into reality in the perfect way and at the perfect time. Trust removes the need for control or manipulation, allowing us to surrender the how of the process to the subconscious mind and the natural flow of creation. When we trust, we free ourselves from the anxiety of trying to force things to happen, and instead, we allow the natural unfolding of our desires. This trust also aligns us with the flow of life, enabling us to move with greater ease and grace toward our goals. Faith is not about blind belief or wishful thinking. It is a deep, inner knowing that the desired outcome is already on its way. It is the firm conviction that the universe is responsive to our thoughts, feelings, and assumptions, and that what we have imagined is already in the process of becoming real. Faith is the unwavering belief that our desires are valid, that we are worthy of them, and that the creative forces of the universe are always working in our favor. Through faith, we tap into the limitless creative power within us, and through this faith, we begin to shape our reality. Faith is not a passive force, it is an active, dynamic energy that drives the process of creation. By cultivating a strong and unwavering faith in our desires, we align ourselves with the laws of creation and set the stage for our dreams to manifest in our lives. This faith is the force that propels us from where we are to where we wish to be, guiding us along the path of creation with confidence, clarity, and purpose. Living in the end, or living from the end, is a concept that forms the bedrock of all creation. It is the art of assuming that your desires are already fulfilled, even before they physically manifest in the external world. This principle is vital. because it establishes a state of being that is in alignment with your desired outcome, allowing you to act, think, and feel as though the desired situation or condition has already occurred. It is a powerful technique that enables you to bridge the gap between what is and what can be, creating a harmonious connection between your inner world and your external reality. To live in the end is to fully embrace the emotional and mental state of already having what you desire. It is not simply wishing for something, nor is it hoping that it will eventually come to pass. Rather, it is the act of embodying the feelings, thoughts, and behaviors that would naturally arise from the fulfillment of that desire. It is a shift from the state of lack or wanting to the state of fulfillment and abundance. When you live from the end, you stop seeing yourself as a person who is striving for something and instead recognize yourself as someone who has already achieved it. This shift in perspective has profound implications on your subconscious mind and your ability to manifest your desires. One of the most important aspects of living in the end is the realization that the external world is simply a reflection of your inner state. The outer world does not create your inner world, rather, it is a mirror of the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that you consistently hold within. When you live from the end, you are essentially altering your internal state to match the desired outcome. This alignment sends a powerful message to your subconscious mind, which in turn works tirelessly to manifest that reality in the physical world. The subconscious mind does not question the reality you create through your assumptions and emotions. It simply accepts them as truth and begins to organize your external experiences to match. The process of living in the end requires a conscious decision to abandon the need for evidence or proof in the present moment. It is natural to want to see some form of external validation before fully committing to the idea that your desires will come to fruition. However, the key to living from the end is to release the need for this external validation and instead focus on the internal experience of having. When you live in the end, you make the internal world your priority, knowing that the outer world will eventually catch up with your assumptions. This practice can be most effectively achieved through visualization. By vividly imagining a scene that represents the fulfillment of your desire, you create a mental image that acts as a beacon to the subconscious. For example, if you desire a new home, imagine yourself already living in that home. Picture the layout, the furniture, the view from the windows, and the feelings of comfort and joy that come with it. As you immerse yourself in this visualization, you are aligning your emotional and mental state with that of someone who has already achieved their goal. This emotional state is the key to living in the end, when you can fully feel the emotions that would accompany the fulfillment of your desire. You begin to resonate with the reality you wish to create. Living in the end also requires discipline and persistence. It is easy to be swayed by external circumstances that appear to contradict your desires. When things are not going as planned or when results do not appear immediately, doubt can creep in, pulling you out of the state of living in the end. This is where persistence becomes crucial. It is essential to maintain the assumption of having, regardless of the current circumstances. Your persistence in living from the end creates a vibrational alignment that draws the desired outcome to you, even when there seems to be no logical reason for it to materialize. The power of living in the end also lies in the practice of detachment. This does not mean giving up on your desires or ceasing to care about them. Rather, it means releasing the attachment to the how and when of their fulfillment. When you become overly focused on the timing or the specifics of how your desires will manifest, you often hinder the natural flow of the creation process. Living in the end involves trusting that the universe or the creative power within you will bring about the fulfillment of your desires in the perfect way and at the perfect time. Your role is to align yourself with the feeling of having, and the universe will take care of the rest. Another key component of living in the end is the ability to act as if. Acting as if is an extension of living in the end. It is about embodying the state of being that aligns with your desires. If you desire financial abundance, for example, you might begin to take actions that reflect the confidence and freedom of someone who already has that abundance. This does not mean spending recklessly or pretending to have more than you do, rather. It means making decisions and choices that reflect the reality you are creating. By doing so, you reinforce the assumption that your desired outcome is already in place, which strengthens the connection between your inner world and the external world. Living in the end also involves letting go of the belief in a gap between where you are and where you want to be. Often people think that there is a long journey ahead of them before they can achieve their desires. This belief creates a sense of separation between their present reality and their desired reality. To live from the end is to eliminate this sense of distance and recognize that the desired outcome is not something far off in the future, but something that already exists in the present moment. When you live in the end, you stop measuring the distance between where you are and where you want to be, and instead focus on the feeling of already having arrived. The practice of living in the end is transformative because it changes your relationship with time and space. Time no longer becomes a barrier to the fulfillment of your desires, and space no longer limits the manifestation of your goals. When you live from the end, you transcend the limitations of linear time and recognize that the only time that matters is the present moment. Your internal state, your assumptions, and your feelings are the true creators of your experience, and they are not bound by time or space. In essence, living in the end is about becoming the person who has already achieved what you desire. It is about embodying the emotional and mental state of fulfillment, regardless of external circumstances. This powerful practice shifts your energy from that of a seeker to that of a creator, allowing you to manifest your desires with clarity, confidence, and ease. By consistently living from the end, you align yourself with the reality you wish to create, and the world around you begins to reflect this inner state of fulfillment. In conclusion, the principles explored throughout this journey highlight the transformative power of thought, belief, and inner alignment in creating the reality we desire. We began by understanding the importance of silence and faith in shaping our lives, recognizing that our thoughts, emotions, and assumptions have the power to influence our subconscious mind and ultimately our external experiences. By maintaining a consistent and deliberate focus on the end result, rather than the current circumstances, we unlock the full potential of our creative power. Living from the end, assuming the feelings of the wish fulfilled, and trusting in the subconscious mind's ability to bring our desires into being, are all key components of this process. The subconscious mind works tirelessly behind the scenes to bring our inner visions into our outer reality, and it does so most effectively when we embrace the power of faith, trust, and persistence. We also learn that living in alignment with our desires requires us to overcome doubt, detach from the how and when, and confidently act as if our dreams are already realized. The essence of all these principles lies in the understanding that creation begins within us. By nurturing our beliefs, shaping our inner world, and maintaining unwavering faith in the unseen, we can manifest our desires with clarity and purpose. It is through this process of inner alignment that we become the creators of our reality, capable of transforming our lives in ways that reflect our highest aspirations.